Can we have a round of applause, please, for Mr. Floyd Thursby, all the way from Melbourne?
I think this is one of my favourite gigs in the world. And it's just great. It's so wonderful. Let me get myself settled out here. So yeah, my name's Floyd Thursby. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. And this is a nice place to play a variety of tunes, from the very intimate to the soft and gentle. We're going to do that whole spectrum, from the incredibly quiet to the quite quiet. Just really exploring all that you can get into in that range, you know. I play a lot of music in Melbourne, in nursing homes. It's kind of my day job, amongst other gigs. And it's a really enjoyable thing to do. I know a lot more about Dean Martin than I ever expected to, as a result of singing songs for old folks. And I sometimes work for people with dementia or Alzheimer's, things like that. And I've seen some really special relationships that are there between those people who have that illness and the relatives that come to visit them. And about once a week I'll go and play for a gentleman. And to see that closeness with him and his wife there, you would think, because he's quite far gone, that he's not giving anything back to that relationship. But what you're seeing is in fact a kind of shorthand of a lifetime together. And it's quite moving to see that there's love there and there's expression. And it might seem like it's going one way from the visitor, you know, to the gentleman who's there, but I don't think it's quite as simple as that. And that sort of inspired this song, which is called Mary Comes to Camberley. When I was young, I used to take the tram into the city, and there was an old folks home called Camberley, which just had a lovely ring to it, and I thought I'd steal it for the title of this song. Mary came to him today. She brought him bread and wine, and she watched him while he slept, till the sun shook off the sky. Mary takes his hand in hers, and she smiles and combs his hair. She sings his favorite song, and his heart, it is a bell, it is a bell. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley. Mary leads him to the lake, and she makes the water warm. Then she bathes him like a child, and he's clean, and he's glad, and he is hers. Mary holds him when he hurts, and she calms him when he cries. She speaks his mother tongue, and the sisters by the lake wave goodbye. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley, Mary comes to Camberley. Mary knows the soul inside. They're dancing now, and in her hands are all the corners of the earth. In his heart, it is a bell, it is a bell. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Mercy me, Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Mary comes to Camberley. Thank you very much. All right, this next song is something I haven't recorded yet. I'm going to work on an album this year that I think this will be a part of. It's called Carry Me. Carry me home, home through the evening's tired rain. Carry me home, home to my heart, home to grace. And I'll toward the sea. 'Cause there's a change that's blowing, and it carries me. I've been working way too long, riding the days into the dust. And I need to tame my troubled mind, take back the diamonds from the rust. And I'll fly, and I'll fly over the mountain toward the sea. 'Cause there's a change that's blowing, and it carries me. And I'll fly, toward the sea. 'Cause there's a change that's blowing, and it carries me. There's a change that's blowing, and it carries me. Thank you. I've discovered something very special during this gig, and that is that I can manipulate the screen of my iPad with my toe through my sock. This is a major technological breakthrough. Just whole worlds have unlocked. Anything is possible. Now, that was probably about as loud as we're going to get, I suspect. Although, in fact, towards the end of the set, we're going to triple the person power on stage, because Jordan and Ha, giving them another round of applause for a beautiful set, are going to join us for some songs. But yeah, we're going to keep it fairly laid back. I do like a gig like this where it's very intimate, and you can play some of the quieter songs that you wouldn't normally play. And I think this is one of them. I put this out on an album that came out last year called Every Day's Another Dance. And this is a frankly depressing song, just to warn you. Yeah. It's called This Beating Heart, and I wanted to write a song in the kind of old style of, you know, those, I don't know, you may have heard some, there's like folk songs about terrible things happening. In fact, if you're from Scotland or England, or indeed Ireland, about 95% of all folk songs are about something horrible happening. This one is about a mining disaster. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. A friend of mine who's since passed away, the great Zulia Kamalova, a Russian and Tatar singer who lived in Melbourne, she would host, you know, a kind of an evening. In 19th century Europe, you were called a salon, where you get all your mates, and her mates were mostly musicians, and she would put on dinner, and she would require, it was an obligation for you to contribute something creative to the evening. And so her theme for one of these dinners was sad songs, and I wrote this song for it. In darkness now I lay my head, and if I should ever wake, I pledge to you this beating heart, my Edith, I love you. It was the 4th of April gone, when I walked beneath the earth. I drank a cup, fed well the sun, with 30 miners' brain. I took my hammer, my axe and bar, and we worked the copper clay. I told my Edith, wait for me by Bower at the dawn. And know you all who hear my words, they said it couldn't be. They said the mine was certain safe, and I worked on bended knee. I heard the tear, I heard the crack of stone like weary flesh, and the mountain shed its ancient weight and trapped us in this tomb. The air was thick and the lamps were low, and our pump had lost its tune. We beat our hammer upon the rock to break through to the dawn. And know you all who hear my words, I did not want for words. My hammer beat just like my heart, to break through to the dawn. Now the lamp is dark and the water's rise, and my strength is overcome. This hammer weighs upon my heart as it beats through to the dawn. And know you all who hear my words, I did not want for my hammer beats just like my heart to break through to the dawn. In darkness now I lay my head, and if I should ever wake, I pledge to you this beating heart, my Edith, I love you. Thank you. I put that song up on Facebook, and a friend of mine has said, a friend of mine whose name was Edith said, "Somebody save my lover from being trapped in this underground mining disaster." Now I feel we should sing something slightly more uplifting, but only slightly. This is a happy song. It's a gently joyous tune called "Every Day's Another Dance." It's from the same album. Put down your phone and grab your keys. The band is ready to begin. We've got our best shoes on our feet. Can you feel the rhythm from the street? Sometimes love can steal your heart away. Sometimes empires fall by chance. Sometimes hate can tear the world apart. Every day is another dance. Come here, beautiful, and put your hand in mine. We're moving slowly to the music. Just the two of us inside this crowded room. You could be the jitterbug bell of the board. Sometimes love can steal your heart away. Sometimes empires fall by chance. Sometimes hate can tear the world apart. Every day is another dance. Now, I'm going to do one more, and then we guys get up and play. Does that sound about right? Let me see. Really? All right, why not? Oh, fantastic. All right. So, more depressing songs. That's what I'm hearing. More downbeat sadness. Great. Yes, yes. Bravo. Oh, well, here we go. Here's a tragic love song from an album I released in 2007. It's called The Thief. I think I'd watched. There's a French film called by Louis Malle called Le Voleur de Paris, The Thief of Paris, and I think I was influenced by that. I think Jean-Paul Belmondo, late in his career, did it, and it was very Parisian, very cool. It's also a waltz. Do it all with my feet. I've been an idiot using my hands my whole life. Well, I'm a man who does his work well. For me there's no glory. A thief's a figure running through the night. I'll tell you my story. Well, I swear thought I was safe. I thought she was sleeping, but I left a little something on the window pane, and I felt myself falling. Every time I leave a home through a broken window, an open door, I love you that little bit more. I love you that little bit more. And I know that by loving you so, I will lead them to me. I will lead them to me. It must have been fate that followed my shadow, and all the keys to all the locks. They remembered me, they remembered that window. Every time I leave a home through a broken window, an open door, I love you that little bit more. I love you that little bit more. And I know that by loving you so, I will lead them to me. I will lead them to me. I see my way now. I see it so clearly. One reason to live, I hold it so dearly. Night is still my companion. I can't shake that feeling. The man who's dealt me my hand, and this hand's made for stealing. Every time I leave a home through a broken window, an open door, I love you that little bit more. I love you that little bit more. And I know that by loving you so, I will lead them to me. I will lead them to me. Oh, Thank you, folks. Oh, don't worry. That was just a given. This is a song called Forget the Future. I wrote the music for a feature film that was released in Australia in about 2018, I think, called The Death and Life of Otto Bloom. And the lead character of Otto was a gentleman who had a remarkable condition of experiencing time in reverse. Now what that meant was that he had no memory of the past. He didn't know what had happened, but he had a memory of the future. So this song's about the central love affair of that film, which is between Otto, this gentleman, and his psychologist, who experiences time normally. So if you think about it, the longer they were together, the better she got to know him as she remembered the time they spent together, and the less he knew of her. And by the end of it, he doesn't know who she is. Faces on clocks, they're laughing at me, laughing at me. They look like they're laughing behind their hands at me. The rivers beside roads, they're rolling past me, rolling past me, rolling over and over in their beds past me. We stare with wide eyes into our morning seas and our setting sun. We ride our days and our nights toward each other's arms. Lover, if you can forget the future, I promise I'll recall our darling past. We're standing in the sea, the tide is dragging you from me, but I will hold you in my arms. And when I let you go, I will hold you in my heart. I've been hearing what the clocks sing, how they wind us and remind us to forget the days and remember the hours and the minutes and the seconds. And if there's a moment to escape the mighty tick and the crashing talk, then climb to the top of that timeless rock. Lover, if you can forget the future, I promise I'll recall our darling past. We're standing in the sea, the tide is dragging you from me, but I will hold you in my arms. And when I let you go, I will hold you in my heart. Thanks very much, folks. Jordan, please join me. I've not seen these guys perform together before. It was just beautiful to hear those harmonies at work. Fantastic, yeah. Oh, nice. Very good. So thank you for inviting me to play today. Thank you, John. Thank you, Hanoi Social Club, for organising tonight. It's always a pleasure to play here when I'm in town. We've got a couple of songs to finish up with. These guys have taken the time to to learn some parts to these tunes, which I'm really pleased with because we're running them today and they sound great with you guys. So thank you so much. Yeah. This next song is called "My Constant Companion." It's a song about anxiety. The anxiety, for example, of losing your car keys.
I thought that was intentional.
I did. I threw it away in a moment of abandon.
You did it so coolly.
I did it deliberately, but then I realized just now that I may not be able to find it again.
This is my new favorite song.
Well, it's something I think many of us can relate to, especially if you were in Melbourne during COVID. We were locked down for a long, long time, and anxiety was rising generally. And yeah, the constant companion of anxiety is something that inspired this song. Also, if you're from Ireland, you might recognise that I stole the chorus from an old Irish folk song called The Wild Rover. In fact, it goes like this. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no, no. 'Cause we're all going to hell in a bucket. So fuck it, we're all going to hell. That's the general vibe of the tune anyway. My constant companion is 12 foot tall, and he sits on my chest and whispers of all the disasters and terrors that may surely befall me, for reasons unclear that I do not recall. My constant companion just loves to say no to all manner of pleasures, and once he gets going, he boxes my entrails and lands such a blow on my guts that I heave to my knees and I throw up. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no, no. 'Cause we're all going to hell in a bucket. Fuck it, we're all gonna hell. Oh, you remember the clapping line? That's cool, yeah. If you guys want to help out with the hand claps during the chorus, that would be much appreciated.
We practice that.
Here we go. My constant companion is crushing my spine, soul curdling my milk, and him poisoning my wine glass with hints of misfortune and choices malign. Sing a chorus of agonies, every voice mine. My constant companion speaks only of ill tidings, waiting in ambush, so eager to kill me or addle my mind with a plan to instill in me fear of the worst kind that cripples my will power. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no, no. Now we're all gonna hell in a bucket. So fuck it, we're all gonna hell one more time. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no, no. 'Cause we're all gonna hell in a bucket. So fuck it, we're all gonna hell. Now you know what this song needs? It needs a bit of kazoo, huh? Have you got it sorted out? Or one? Do you think you can match that?
Oh, give it a go.
Line? What do you reckon? I mean, it's a high bar. My constant companion is constantly cocksure with constant reminders he keeps in my sock drawer of why I'm a loser. He's constantly knocking my self-worth until I'm strung out in shell shock. Should we sing that chorus a couple more times? And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no, no. 'Cause we're all gonna hell in a bucket. So fuck it, we're all it, we're all gonna Fantastic. Thank you for clapping along, folks. Now, this last tune is a song that I wrote many years ago, but thanks to this place here, I released an album that Jordan referred to called The Southlands. That was a series of duets between myself and a musician I met here in Hanoi called Mademoiselle. And the song that we're going to play for you now is a song that, in fact, features some lyrics in Vietnamese that Mademoiselle herself wrote. So Ha's going to sing the Vietnamese lyrics, and I'm going to sing the English lyrics, and it's called You Gotta Fly. This is actually the happiest. I've saved the happiest song for last. So you're going to end, all the burden of pain and tragedy that has been heaped upon you for the last half hour. It's all going to be lifted off by this little song.
She's the girl, the only girl, the one who likes her Sundays in the rain. Tuning in the radio to greet the morning headlines with champagne.
Thích lưu giữ những lá thư tay và vẫn xem những cuốn phim của thời xưa cũ. Háo hức khi nghe trên radio bài hát ai ai cũng nghe những năm 60.
And in the end, you gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly. Loving her is easy and she's shining like a star. Sing it to the sun and to the rain and to the sky. No matter how or why, you gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly.
Giống như bao nhiêu câu chuyện tình, tôi muốn mang em đi theo tận cùng thế giới. Nhưng biết thế gian có bao nhiêu người cùng giấc mơ này với tôi.
You gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly. Loving her is easy and she's shining like a star. Sing it to the sun and to the rain and to the sky. No matter how or why, you gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly. So she's the girl, the only girl, the one who hangs a bell out on the tide. I kiss her in the morning sun, I hold her while the wolf moon rides. And in the end, you gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly. Loving her is easy and she's shining like a star. Sing it to the sun and to the rain and to the sky. No matter how or why, you gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly. You gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly. Loving her is easy and she's shining like a star. Sing it to the sun and to the rain and to the sky. No matter how or why, you gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly. No matter how or why, you gotta walk, you gotta run, you gotta fly.
Thank you so much, folks.